I'm Mari Grande, and I want to thank you for joining me today at the fall equinox. And it's a gorgeous day if you're in New York City. It's beautiful outside, so it's a double thank you for coming online. And what's special about the equinox is it's a time of balance where the day and the night are pretty similar, almost the same. So my book is about finding balance internally. So I think it's a great time to have my book launch. And speaking of, this is it. It's my baby, Overcoming the Mother Wound, a transformative journey of healing and recovery. And the cover is actually of a dahlia. And the dahlia is a symbol I use for my creative healing integration website. And why the dahlia? Well, it symbolizes elegance, creativity, positivity, and growth. And they also represent the inner strength due to the plant's ability to tolerate harsh conditions. So I found it fitting for the cover of the Overcoming the Mother book. And welcome to my virtual launch. And I am so happy to see you, everyone who's able to make it. And what I may say may be very familiar to some. For others, it may be new and or heard in a new way. And today's schedule, I'm going to start with me saying a few words about myself, my book, and then we're going to begin our art experiential. Okay, so I mentioned there'd be Reiki running today, and Reiki is a gentle healing energy, and it's running in the background. And if you'd like to receive this, all you need to say to yourself is, yes, I accept. And I would like to start by settling. So let's just take a few minutes and do that. And begin to notice, just notice where you are. Are you sitting? Are you standing? Are you lying down? Notice where your feet are. Notice which parts of your feet are touching the ground or the bottom of your shoes. And notice which aren't. And try not to force anything. Just notice. And you also may notice your breath. Is your breathing fast, slow, deep, shallow? Again, just notice. And wherever you are, we're going to play with the breath and see if your body wants to settle. And we're going to do 3 rounds of breathing, of heart breathing. So let's just begin by becoming aware of your breath, breathing in, out, and then imagine you can breathe in through your heart center, in the center of your chest. And you can place your hand in that area if it helps. Sometimes it helps to direct the energy there. And I'll be counting for us. And we're going to breathe into the count of 5, imagining you're breathing into your heart center. So inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. And now breathe out through your heart center. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhaling through your heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the last round, breathing in through your heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhaling through your heart. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we're ready to begin. And you can continue breathing at your own pace, in your own rate. And it does help if you even notice by breathing into your heart, if that felt a little different than how you normally breathe. You can do that anytime, even while I'm talking today. So now, first, I want to thank my clients who've taught me so much about vulnerability, growth, and humility. Without them, this book would not have been written. And this book began in my mind before I even knew I was going to write it. It began with personal experiences, observations, education, training. I am an art and trauma therapist, and the significance of that is that the modalities I've been trained in and use involve a bottom-up approach, an embodied way to healing. And what I mean by bottom-up is that that's something that is felt in the body rather than thought in the mind. And working with trauma or any distress involves the body first and foremost. Thoughts and words are important, but cannot impact dysregulation felt in the body. And my work is primarily with early relational trauma, where words were not always available at the time of the trauma, and the brain's neural networks were still developing. So when we do this work, we often connect with the younger parts of ourselves that may still be in pain. And this is why I've paced this book's contents in a slow and steady way. I start with the basics of settling, using settling exercises and psychoeducation, interspersing art exercises, writing prompts, and guided meditations. And this is to help the content be experienced in a felt way and not just intellectualized or thought about logically. And I've just completed mini courses to accompany the book, and they will help in the embodiment process. But right now, I want to discuss the book and its contents. And before we experience one of its supportive exercises, so today I will be pulling from a portion of my book in chapter 3. And chapter 3 is all about resourcing. Chapter 3, resourcing. And I'll explain a little bit, and then we're going to have an experience. Okay, so resourcing. Water. So in this book and in my work, I value settling. I find so much can be experienced more fully when we're working with a settled nervous system. And settling includes finding ways to ground ourselves and connect with our nervous system in a supportive way. And that's what we call resourcing. So I'd like to share a little more of my thoughts around this. So a resource can be a person, an object, an experience, or a feeling. Here, I define a resource as something intended to provide physical, emotional, and spiritual support as you navigate your thoughts and feelings. And today I refer to two types of resources we all have. External, things outside of ourselves that we have, that we've done, that we've seen, that we can touch, feel with our physical self. And then internal resources, things inside of us, things we can visualize, things that we can sense, things that we can feel inside, and things that we believe. And resources can strengthen connections to both external positive things outside of us and or internal positive things inside of us, like connecting to feelings of support that already exist that may be hidden or may have been forgotten. And resources, particularly internal resources, help us by comforting and grounding us when we need extra support or working with uncomfortable feelings. And as I mentioned, I'm going to share an exercise. Now, this exercise uses external resources now and creates an internal resource of calm while you're in the creative process and afterwards. And the exercise is called, well, in the book, it's called What You Need Mandala. And today I'm going to use the term desire. So, what you desire mandala. And again, this is an excerpt from chapter 3 from Overcoming the Mother Wound, a Transformative Journey of Healing and Empowerment. So, today's exercise, we're going to be using the circle. The circle is also the shape of a mandala, which is the Sanskrit word for circle. And a circle is the shape of the earth, the moon, the sun. The circle is a symbol of wholeness and completion. For some, the circle has spiritual and religious significance, and for others, it has mathematical significance. Mandalas are symbols of the universe and are meant to help transform ordinary minds into enlightened ones. Sounds pretty awesome. So, as a symbol of the universe, it's in its ideal form, it's whole. And its creation signifies the transformation of a universe of suffering into one of joy. And the mandala is meant to help us focus our attention on the self, quiet the mind, and promote healing. And mandalas are ritual objects that originated in Buddhist art in India during the 1st century before Christ era. Mandalas were created in the surface of Buddhism, one of the world's older major religions. They were produced in Tibet, India, Nepal, China, Japan, Bhutan, and Indonesia, and date from the 4th century to the present. Now, they're created throughout the world, including New York City, where I reside. And so we're going to go into this experiential. Now, before we go further, let's check in with ourselves. And remember, there is Reiki, gentle Reiki energy running in the background. And if you want to receive it, simply feel open to it and say to yourself or out loud, yes. And let's do 3 rounds of what I call the double exhale exercise before we move into the art experiential. And this is simply inhaling and count your inhales, and then exhaling and count your breaths on the exhale and double whatever was in the inhale. So we'll do it together, and I'll count. We'll do a 3-6. So we're going to inhale to the count of 3 and then exhale to the count of 6. And we're going to do that 3 times. And this is just another one of the settling exercise to help us activate our parasympathetic nervous system, which is the one that helps us calm, rest, and digest. And sometimes, well, when we're about to do something different, sometimes we're a little more activated. I don't know. Just checking. So let's start with a double exhale. And we're going to inhale to the count of 3, inhaling 1, 2, 3, and hold. And exhale to the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, inhaling, take a count of 1, 2, 3. And exhale to the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the last round, inhaling 1, 2, 3. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just letting your body now breathe you, not forcing anything, counting anything. Take a moment and just look around your space and notice what you're drawn to. And if you want, you can pop that into the chat. Just notice whatever it is, how it makes you feel. And then see if you can find something that makes you feel okay right now. Maybe it's your space itself, and maybe it's your view, maybe it's the clothes you're wearing, the sound of your children or your pets, whatever it is today. It could be a color, a smell, even a texture. And notice the qualities of what you're drawn to that help you feel settled and ready for this exercise. Check and see if you have your materials nearby. I asked to have a large piece of blank paper, a dinner size plate, or a compass to make a circle, pencil, marker, crayon, glue stick, scissors, magazine or photographs for images that you can cut up. Okay, so now we're going to use a circle to help you understand your intentions and desires today. So I want you to draw your circle in the center of your blank piece of paper. It should be big enough around the dinner set, depending how large your dinner plates are. That will determine the size of your circle today. And if you've prepared beforehand, you can have your 2 piles of images. And if not, I want you to take your magazines or the images and cut out the things that you love, the things that you want, the things that you desire, the things that feel yummy. I want you to cut those things out from a magazine or the photographs you have and put them into a pile. And I'll call that your yummy pile. And then I want you to cut out images of things that annoy you, things that stress you out, that disappoint you. And I want you to then put those in a separate pile. And that's going to be your ick pile. Ick. Okay, we got the yummy and the ick. So as you're cutting, I want you to create those 2 piles. And if you don't have pictures to cut out, if you don't have magazines, you can always draw or you can write those things. So not letting you off the hook. And if you don't have a circle or you don't like circles, you can simply take your paper and draw a line, a dividing line in the center. And so that way there's 2 halves. And one side is for your yummy and one side is for your ick. So you have almost 20 minutes to cut out your images, to figure out if you want to draw an addition or instead of. The intention of this exercise is to compile the things that you love and are drawn to and separate them from the things that you want outside. And the things that you want are going to be inside your circle. The things that you desire today, the things that light you up, the juicy stuff, the energizing stuff, that all goes into the inside your circle. Imagine the inside of the circle is you, your world. And the outside of the circle is the area you want outside of your energy field. Where you're ready, you can just cut and start gluing drawing or writing the things you want near you inside your circle, and glue, draw, or write the things you want separate from you outside. Stuff that turns you off today, the things that give you ick. And on the inside are the things that feel yummy, juicy, energizing. And at the 10-minute mark, I'm going to have writing prompts. And you can answer the writing prompts once you've completed your art exercise. I will be silent. 5 more minutes of the art time. You can always finish it later, or you can add to it later. If you are finished, you can start on the writing prompts, or you can save them for later. The first one is, what was it like to express desire? Number 2, what was it like to put what you don't want outside of your energy field? And third, did you notice ease or conflict in separating what you desire from your ick? Fourth one, look at your boundary, the line of the circle. Is it steady, broken? Are your desires near the center or closer to the edge? These are all reflection questions. I know it's a lot to get in a short amount of time. And in the book, you have much more time to do this. So let's take a look. Just make sure, see if the line is continuous. Your circle line is continuous. See if there's any breaks or intrusions, and if it'll make you feel better, deepen or thicken that circle line with your marker or your crayon to really separate what you need from what you want to let go of today. Yeah, make it as thick as you want. Once you have that, just sit back and let your mirror neurons take in what you see so it can really register in your nervous system. Just like babies when they're looking at their mommies and they're registering, they're taking in all that hopefully good stuff. Just take it in. And then if you haven't started the writing prompts, what was it like to express desire? What was it like to put what you don't want outside your energy field? Did you notice ease or conflict in separating what you desire from your ick? And then lastly, look at your boundary, the line of your circle. Is it steady, broken? Where are your desires? Are they near the edge or in the center? And this exercise is an invitation to slow down and reconnect with yourself. And there are many exercises in the book, each intending to help you gain more and more parts of you that may be buried or blocked by your mother wound. So you may want to journal about what came up for you in this exercise, and I'm open to hearing that as well. So is there anybody that has a burning desire to share? And I would just, if you can raise your hand and then unmute. See everybody. Oh, we have a brave soul. Marianne, please come on.
Hi, I think I'm already unmuted. Hello. Hi everyone. Um, so I was a little late coming on and I I didn't quite hear the desired part, but what I heard was put the ick outside. So I actually started with your voice, Mari. I was just putting in like what I wanted to hear more of and what I liked hearing. So I wrote Mari's lovely voice, and then I with little watery lines. So I actually took a photo of this too. Um, so I drew my circle with a purpley color that just felt really lovely. And the feeling of light and the sense of being soft and strong. And then for the lines, and then I went back in and colored it in. But so also, but then when I heard the desire, um, I realized so my husband right now is doing our laundry so I could join the class. And he's kind of right to head center. And then my marigolds are blooming in my yard and lavender's up. And I've been really enjoying gathering and giving it as friends to people. And then my desire would be to hear from my daughter, who I haven't heard from in a while. So I added that when I heard that prompt. And then the outside I made that with black. I wrote the to-do list, and then I've just started letting myself think about all the things like the war and the news and expenses and the planet. And then I surprised myself and found a gray pencil and started drawing very lightly. This is a crucifix, and this is really leaning into my mother wound, which is past pain, history, guilt. There's always more I could have done. And just that like feeling of like things are great, but but I could have done more. I shoulda, woulda, coulda. And um how this very powerful symbol is like the symbol of love at a great sacrifice, and how that has kind of held this idea that yeah, love's great, but this guy really loved us so much that he died for us, and how that sort of carries with it this feeling of like you can't really be free. Anyways, I'll stop talking.
Wow. Wow, it's a lot. Thank you, Marianne. That's very provocative.
Hmm.
Thank you for sharing all that.
You're well, thank you for listening, and thank you for I feel like I've never really put that on paper before, or even really let myself fully feel it and see it for what it is. Um, so thank you. Um, yeah.
Wow. Okay. We have time for one more share if anybody wants.
I can go.
Yes,
Uh,
Alice.
so, oh, let me turn off the blur. So I don't know if you can see it, but um, so I used a combination of my own drawings that I have, and then on the outside, I don't know if you can. The outside. Sorry, it's really hard for me to see. So these are the ick. This one I really like because it's me. I really like dancing, and it's me like with ribbons around me, sort of like, and I feel like it's an ick for me.
It's an ick.
Yeah. I
Oh,
love dancing, but the ribbon, it looks like I'm all kind of tied up in it.
uh-huh. Wow, that's fascinating.
And then on the inside, these are the things that I was drawn to today. I love music and I love containers and just the picture of the river, the Amazon. And this is like a gingerbread house that reminds me of a house that I lived in outside of Toronto. This is like I love the plants and the desk area, and I love spires and the way it's lit, the building. And then this is also a drawing that I did with me. It looks kind of like of me. It's kind of like drowned or I don't know what. Yeah, looks a little bit iced.
Any surprises today for you?
Um, yeah, I was kind of surprised. I got this image. It's hard to see it, but it's like a paper mache mouth um, from National Geographic and these teeth. And I was kind of like, wow, that's kind of interesting. It's sort of primal, I think. And then this kind of looks like blood, you know? That also sort of surprised me. And then this is a abandoned house. That's another ick.
Thank you for
And
sharing.
yeah.
Yeah, I know this is not enough time for all of this, but I really appreciate you sharing what you did. And hopefully you will continue on, you can continue on with the artwork or you can continue on with the writing prompts. And I'm perfectly fine with you sharing your end results with me. Just you can write me at, it's best to write me at mari@creativehealingintegration.com. That's where the book belongs and the mother wound work belongs. So that's the best address. Speaking of, this exercise is one of many that are in the book. And the book is all about getting to know you and building a stronger connection with you. With mother wound, we tend to lose that connection, or it's kind of like a bad signal. So that's really what the intention of the book is about. And so in the book, it's actually, you can purchase that at my website, creativehealingintegration.com. And like I said, I just completed these mini courses, which help you go through the book. There's extra prompts and it's more guided that way because this is a big topic and it helps break it down to small digestible pieces. And then in addition to that is I have a membership with a group coaching where people taking the course, any of the courses, they are welcome to join. It's a membership, so it's in addition. But now if you want to purchase a book, Sands is going to be providing some links. Oh, she's so good. There's links, and there will be also a follow-up email that's going to have that in it as well for the book, the links, the mini course, and if you're still wondering if you have a mother wound, you can always take my quiz. Let's see, is that in the chat? Should go in a second. Okay. Yeah, there it is. You can always take the quiz, find out what kind of mother wound you have. We all have a mother wound, but has it been cleared? Has it been dealt with? Where is it on the spectrum? And now for the grand finale, we have 7 minutes left. I want to announce the prize winners. And there's 3 prizes. There's a 30-minute coaching call with me. It's a mother wound assessment coaching call. And there's a signed hard copy. That's prize number 2. And prize number 3 is a free digital copy. The number 1 prize goes to Elaine. Elaine, are you still here?
Oh, you can't see me?
Uh,
Oh,
oh, there you are. Yay.
okay. I'm here.
Yay. You got number 1. You're getting a coaching call, a 30-minute mother wound coaching call with me. Find out if you personally, yeah. I'm excited about that one.
Yeah.
And are you?
Am I? Yes. I would love that.
Okay, number 2, the signed hard copy goes to, drumroll, Jessica. Jessica, are you still here?
Yep, I'm here. This is wonderful. I'm so excited to read it.
Great, great. Congratulations. And number 3, the digital copy goes to Cynthia. Cynthia, are you still here?
She's here. I see her.
Okay, hi, Cynthia. Yay, you got the digital copy. All right, so there we are. There's our winners, Elaine, Jessica, and Cynthia. If you go on my website, I have some freebies. And so congratulations. Thank you for joining me. We have actually 5 minutes left. So how many exercises are in the book? Well, there's too many to list because then I have appendixes with extra exercises. There's a lot of guided meditations. I'd say they're probably 20. Some are really brief, some are like double exercises, like exercises within exercises.
Deep heart gratitude, Mari. This is wonderful. I'm so glad I was able to jump in. And I just want to say, I actually visited your website and did some of the exercises. So I really encourage people. They're really wonderful. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, appreciate that. Right. I'm not just, thank you. Otherwise, I feel like a talking head. So I really appreciate everybody making it today. And if you choose to purchase my book, take any of my classes, any of those, I would love to see you on the other side.
I'd just like to say thank you. I don't know you. I'm here because of Elaine. She told me this was happening and I bought your book right away. And I just want to thank you for putting this out into the world. It's really important work. And I've just started the book, but it's very beautiful. So thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you. So now you have a digital copy too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cynthia. That I feel
Thank
that.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mari. This was wonderful. It was so great to begin the exercise. I feel like I could spend hours on this, but it's interesting, like just with the images that I have on hand and noticing just my own inner process of choosing them and then reflecting on my relationship with my mom and like some of like my own sort of subtle judgments I was sort of catching, oh, like this, not that. And it was sort of like that thing of just like, I want this, and yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's also why I created the membership, which is like the group, because so many exercises, there's so much, they're richer when they're not done in isolation. We have a community and we share and even feeling the energy of the group. I just got shivers. So I want to thank each and every one of you for coming, and congratulations on the winners of the prizes. I hope you enjoy them, and thank you for coming. It means a lot. Bye for now.